Want to shop Walmart Black Friday deals first? Walmart Plus members get early access to our hottest deals. Join now and get 50% off a 1-year annual membership. Shop Black Friday deals first with Walmart Plus. See terms at walmartplus.com.
Previously on the Count of Monte Cristo.
In the name of His Majesty, you are under arrest for serving as a Bonapartist spy.
Are we going to the Chateau d'If? But no, that is wrong. I am innocent.
I worry that I instilled this idea of death and vengeance into your heart. I insist you forgo it.
I would never kill an innocent man. I do not think I could bear it. I am leaving Paris in 1 month. If you refrain from taking your life in that time, I will bring you with me.
You are asking me to wait longer to take my own life?
Not from my view.
I recognize you. You're...
Yes. I am the Count of Monte Cristo, and I am also Edmond Dantes.
How can you be both men? Who are you?
I don't know.
The Count of Monte Cristo contains mature content, including violence, suicide, discriminatory language, and other traumatic themes. Listener discretion is advised.
Do you have something to share, Maximilian?
It is Paris where Valentine lies. To leave here is to leave her a second time.
You would do well to notice. The world has not stopped spinning.
What do you mean?
You react to a circumstance out of your control, not the consequence of your own making. It is better to wait and hope than to sit and mourn.
This is the same thing.
Incorrect. One is an active choice. The other is a passive fate.
So?
If you do not move on in your life will move on without you.
You have never been in love. You do not know what it is like to lose it.
You think I do not know what it is like to lose someone?
It's not just a person. It is your whole world. Not your past, but your present. Your future. It is to have committed to crossing a chasm, only to collapse into its depths. To be surrounded by total darkness.
Yes, that is when you climb.
You cannot possibly understand.
Must I testify in front of you as well?
I am sorry. The hearing, I forgot.
Obviously. Consider, Maximilian, that we are not the only two who understand loss.
You mean the Count?
I do.
Did you know that he was Edmond Dantes?
I did.
Does he have something planned for me?
I do not know. I thought I did, but he is different recently. He has not been himself.
Should we be worried?
To use your words, he has fallen into the chasm before. But this time I do not know who he will be when he climbs out. Count.
Haide, Maximilian, you have arrived.
Indeed.
I trust you traveled well?
As well as one could, I suppose.
Good.
When do we leave for the Isle?
The day after tomorrow.
And I will meet you both there.
You won't travel with us?
I have tired of both of you. For two very different men, you are equally insufferable. Until then.
Is she always like this?
She tends to be correct. Though I am surprised she is aggrieved by us both.
I was unkind to her on our journey here.
We can be forgiven for being unkind, provided that our intentions are true. Haide knows this. That does not assuage you.
It's not that. I am just anxious to depart.
You remember our agreement?
Yes. To wait 30 days.
And 2 remain. 3, if you count the remnants of this one.
How could I not? Monte Cristo.
Massimilian.
I am no sailor, but there are better points of departure than Marseille if we were to sail to the Isle of Monte Cristo.
Meaning?
We do not have to be here. So why are we?
Do you recognize where we stand?
Marseille? The ports? I have been here.
You were young when your father's ship returned.
This is the same dock, isn't it? Father heard that the Pharaoh had returned and ran out to meet it. I followed. It was chaotic. Joyous, but chaotic. That was you. Yes. You returned his ship.
A replica.
How did you remember all of its details?
I had many years to think on what I had lost.
When it sailed into the harbor, Father cried all day. Julie, too. I did not understand. They just kept crying. They were supposed to be happy.
Do you understand now?
I suppose. I was too young to know what salvation feels like.
I did not aim to bring salvation. I merely balanced the scales with the tools I was provided.
Tools?
Wealth, knowledge, time. All are tools in industrious hands. Do you have anything here you wish to do?
No.
Then we will move on. You have been here before.
My father is buried here.
Mine too.
How is that possible?
He died. Those who cared for him cared enough to give him a proper burial plot.
But you are a count.
I wasn't always.
But your father?
Died of starvation. He had no money, and I was not there to provide.
I am sorry.
Are you?
That is a cruel question.
Is it? You have been preoccupied with your own misfortunes as of late. One could be forgiven for thinking you did not have room for more. You mentioned Haide was unkind. Was it because she reminded you that she had suffered more than you have? That she has suffered almost as much as I? You are not the only one who has had joy and potential and then lost it. You have not asked me how I knew your father's grave was here.
You grew up here, yes?
Close to here, yes.
So far from the city center.
We were poor. I was younger than you when I began to sail. The earnings were for both my father and I, but I found respite on the sea. I have your father to thank for that. I have visited him many times.
Why did you not tell him that it was you who saved him?
I thought it would interfere with my plans, but I wish I had.
I do not understand you. You wish for things to have been different, yet I know of no other who has such access as you. The Count of Monte Cristo. A man who has everything.
Not a man. A mask.
To commemorate the day you saved him. I always tried to do a good deed. Just something, anything, to say thank you.
Your father would be very proud of you.
Well, I shall see him soon enough.
I do not believe that is what you really want.
You think my problem is that I am not resolute enough?
I mean that...
That you could not possibly understand what it is like to lose the only joy and hope that you have in your whole life? Is that what you were going to say?
I lost everything. Not just my father, my entire life. My fiancé, my livelihood, my freedom. I was thrown into prison based on the greed of my peers, and by the time I was free, everything worth having was gone. Do not talk to me of loss, Maximilien. I know it better than you.
You were in prison?
The Chateau d'If. A false conviction.
Why did they let you go?
They didn't. There was a man, another father to me. We had a plan to escape together. He died before we could try. But he insisted I go.
So you escaped? To where?
To the Isle of Monte Cristo.
Hence the name.
Yes. And there I received a sign. An unequivocal answer to a question I long lingered on. How will God balance the scales for those who have done wrong? On the isle I realized. The answer was me.
When you met Albert and Franz in Rome, and you saved Albert from the bandits, that was no accident.
Correct.
And then you came to Paris with his introductions, so you could take your revenge.
Yes.
You are responsible for the downfall of Fernand Mondego, and Albert and his mother leaving,
Necessary damages.
and the Danglars. You introduced Andrea to the Baron. You knew that he would be tempted by the prince's wealth.
I did.
But you knew the prince was not who he said he was.
I did.
The man who broke into your home, the one that the prince, I don't know why I keep saying prince, killed. Was he a part of your plan?
Yes.
And the crown prosecutor? The Villefors? Was it you who killed them all?
I do not kill.
Answer me.
Gerard Villefort fell to his own ambition. He climbed so quickly he believed himself above the law. But he was above nothing. It was his wife, Madame de Villefort, who poisoned her family to ensure her son, Edouard, was guaranteed the inheritance he deserved.
Who gave her this poison?
I did. This is my father's grave.
How can you stand there and admit to killing Valentine? Like she was nothing.
I did not kill her.
You supplied the poison to her killer, knowing what she would do with it.
I gave Madame de Villefort a tool. She used it at her will.
Liar! You! Liar!
I am guilty of many things. I assure you I carry them all.
Who else knows? Does Bertuccio? Does Haide?
Bertuccio knows most. Haide knows all. My search for information on Fernand Mondego led me to her. I told her everything.
I don't understand.
And she asked to join me.
You saved my father and Haide, but killed Valentine and caused the downfall of so many? How can these opposites both exist within you?
They can't. The boy, Edward, he was innocent. I did not intend for him to die.
But Valentine...
Not everything is about Valentine. Everyone is responsible for their own actions and their own consequence. Nobody is given a life. It must be built. And the same tools you use to build it can destroy it. If tragedy befell Valentine, it is because she could have chosen to forgo her family's mistakes, and chose not to.
I wish to return to my father's grave. Alone.
I will leave for Monte Cristo the morning after tomorrow. From the dock we were on today.
I will not join you tomorrow.
Good. My visits tomorrow do not involve you.
Want to shop Walmart Black Friday deals first? Walmart Plus members get early access to our hottest deals. Join now and get 50% off a 1-year annual membership. Shop Black Friday deals first with Walmart Plus. See terms at walmartplus.com.
Last call. Last call for a day's sail.
Where are you going?
Round the aisles. We'll take you to the old Chateau d'If for an extra coin.
Here are 10. And more if we are unaccompanied.
Sit anywhere you like. Chateau d'If, monsieur.
How much time do I have?
As much as you like. But if you're looking for stories, I can tell you what you'd want to know.
I am not here to learn. I am here to see.
Well, all right then.
How can I help you?
This prison is defunct, yes?
'Tis. We get some historians and visitors from time to time. Otherwise, just me. Making sure that the grounds are kept and nothing falls apart.
Am I permitted to go inside? Alone?
By all means.
Hello, former home. Goodbye, number 34. Again, for a final time. Oh. Abbe. All your things are gone. I should not be surprised. Perhaps they did not find all of it. Ah, there you are. A compass we never used to sail. A map you did not live to use. The pen whose words were my salvation. Oh, Abbe. You were right to warn me of filling my heart with vengeance. I was young. I did not know. I could not fathom a life outside these walls without reclaiming my name and myself. And I found there was no name to reclaim. And there was none of myself to recover, so I threw myself into this. And now it is over, and there were costs that I paid, but wish I had not. And now I don't know what to do. I don't know who I am to become. There was nothing. I filled that nothing with anger and hate. And it has expired. There is nothing once again. How am I to reconcile the victim and the victor? Goodbye, Abbe. Thank you for everything.
Welcome back, monsieur.
Are you a scalper?
Well, I would not say scalper.
Cell 27 could use some extra attention. A skilled set of eyes could find much of note there.
Thank you, monsieur. You take care now.
Did you see what you wanted?
I did.
Back to Marseille, then?
Yes. There is someone else I want to see.
Edmond?
Mercedes. I only came to see if the house had fallen into disrepair.
It has, but it is livable. When I left Paris and Albert left me, this was the only place I was able to afford to live in. A twist of fate, is it not?
Indeed.
Would you like to come inside?
No. But thank you. How are you?
As expected, I deserved to lose everything. And I did. Now I spend my days praying and eating what crusts of bread I can afford.
The soil is fertile. You could grow a garden.
No, I would kill whatever I tried to grow. But Albert is doing so well. He writes when he can. He is on a campaign in Africa. I know not the specifics, but he is doing what he set out to do. My only light in this darkness. Are you sure you would not like to come inside?
I am only here to visit.
You are not staying in Marseille? You are not here to atone?
No.
Oh. I suppose you do not think you need to. You were deserved in what you did to us. To Fernand. Albert pieced it together. He is the smart one of us both.
You cannot have changed so much in the time I have not seen you.
Oh, one does not change by stripping away false fineries. No, I am simply in my natural, wretched state. Back to where I started. Back to where I belong. A dirt-infested hovel. No companions save for my mistakes.
Why do you say this?
Because it is true.
It does not have to be.
We cannot escape our past, Edmond. We can only atone for it.
Mercedes, you must know that after everything, I did not blame you. I am angry. But you lost a future too.
But did I not profit from your misfortune? Did I not bury my heart in my head and move forward, regardless? No, I deserve to be here. I deserve to be unhappy.
I don't think you do.
Albert will not be back for many months. Years, probably. If you are not returning to Paris, you could stay here. With me. We could atone together. And I could atone to you.
I do not want that.
You do not want us?
No, I don't. I can... We don't have to live that life. We do not have to wallow in our mistakes day after day after day. You don't have to stay here if you don't want to.
This is all I know.
You are responding to your misfortunes in the way you know how, but you can learn another way.
There is no other way. We are not good people, Edmond. There is no hope for us.
There is always hope.
You have always thought too highly of me. Even now you refuse to see how wretched I was, how wretched I have become, how wretched I have made you.
I am the result of my own actions. I will not let someone else define me.
Then you must leave me here to rot.
Goodbye, Mercedes. You cannot say that I did not come back for you. That I did not ask you to walk with me.
The #1 selling product of its kind with over 20 years of research and innovation. Botox Cosmetic, onabotulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Where is he?
Maximilian.
Monte Cristo?
Essentially. Come aboard.
Are you able to sail by yourself?
Yes. Your father taught me.
Okay.
You can wait for another boat, but this is the only one that will dock at the Isle of Monte Cristo.
I'm coming. I just think this is a bad idea.
Not there. Oh. To the left.
Okay. And Heide will meet us there?
Yes.
Can I help at all?
No. Not yet. Actually, you can push us off.
Here?
Yes. Now. You're off. Well done.
I don't think I've ever seen you smile before.
Patient smile. It has been some time since I have commanded a ship. I may still sink it yet.
Monte Cristo. I am sorry for my treatment of you. in the cemetery. I should not have shoved you.
You're forgiven. And fortunate, as I have recently decided I should work to not hold grudges.
I was angry. At you, but also at everything. And just because I have suffered does not mean that you also have not suffered. And that was the point, right? What you were trying to show me? That it is better to suffer together than alone?
I greatly regret how much you have suffered, the loss of Valentine.
It was not your fault.
Still, I wish to rectify that.
You will. Today is the final day.
You still wish to die?
I wish to be with Valentine.
Those are not the same thing.
Aren't they?
We can discuss later. For now, I suggest you enjoy the sea. If you're to die tonight, this will be the final time you experience such an unbridled freedom.
This is it?
Indeed. Welcome to the Isle of Monte Cristo.
It is wilder than I expected.
Few men have been here. Those that have are sworn to spread stories of the desolate rock they have had the misfortune to come upon.
Who lives here?
I do. You will find no servants here. The isle is mine alone, and I live on it as I choose. As do my guests. Come. You will see.
This is not what I expected.
No?
No, I imagined something more manicured. An estate better fitting your title.
Your first mistake. There are no titles here.
Oh, this is...
Thank you. I did what I could myself, but eventually I did require better minds and stronger hands.
I'm surprised you were willing to travel out here. Your funding aside, sailing the supplies here would be substantial.
Yes, which is why their ships were heavier upon their departure.
How's that?
I'll show you.
Okay.
Huh. It's already lit. There are no servants here, so help yourself.
Oh, this is where all your treasures come from? This isle?
Yes. They were hidden here long ago for protection. Another story for another time. I assume that your lack of effects means that you have no final items to settle?
What items would I need to bring to the afterlife?
Very well. We will sup early. Please, sit.
A meal fit for one's last.
That was the idea. For you.
What is it?
A pistol. Not your father's, but functional nonetheless.
Thank you. Do I need to...
Use it now? No. I am hoping you do not use it at all.
Then why cater to me? Why measure my time and bring me here? To convince me?
What do you think I am convincing you of?
That life is worth living. Even in hardship. I am not saying you have convinced me. Only that I am aware that you are trying to do so.
It is of no consequence to me.
It's not.
I was born Edmond Dantes. who died in the Chateau d'If. I became the Count of this isle, and he died with conquest. Neither life nor death frightens me.
Is death painful?
No more painful than living. Worse than either, though, is dying itself. You have felt this, I think. To know that each day one part of you is slipping away, and you do not know which part it will be, or how large or what order these parts will leave you. Only that they are leaving. And to stay as you are, to do nothing, is to continue to feel them leave you. The in-between of life and death, where you are still, is much worse than either. In choosing, you have closure. You know whether there is a future or not. You know whether things will improve or not because you give yourself the space and time for that to happen. It does not matter now whether you choose life or death, because in choosing neither, you are already dying. And the hope you embody is already dying with you.
Do you wish for me to live?
Of course I do. But you are your own person with your own agency. At best, I can heighten that. But your action or inaction is up to you. I only wish that you could see the potential you still have. Regardless of what you choose, you are not doomed to misery, the same way that you are not promised success. Choosing to experience life is how we discover its promise, and as someone who has been where you are, I am telling you, there is much worth discovering. If you are able to hope for that, then you are able to live. I am a man of my word. It has been 1 month. What you do now is your choice.
I am not where you are. But I would like to be. You can keep your pistol.
Are you certain?
Yes.
I believe you.
I thought you said there were no servants here.
This is for the guests.
You are lucky we were close. This house is too large for that bed.
Yet you both have made it.
Both? What? What is this?
Maximilian?
Valentine? What is this? Are you real?
Here, my hand. Ungloved.
But I don't understand. How are you here? What happened? The Count saved you?
The Count did not save me. I saved me.
I don't understand.
The Count came to me after you asked him for help. He provided me a serum, a tool that would allow me to control my fate. And I chose to use it, knowing the consequences.
I could have helped.
It was my decision to make. I love you, Maximilian, more than anything. But we could not be together in Paris because there I didn't have control of my own life. Do you not see? If I could not live for myself alone, if we could not, then what hope would there be for us?
You could have told me.
Grandfather was the only other who knew, and...
We did try to tell you. Your very public reaction to Valentine's death prevented us.
I am not sorry.
I'm not interested.
I am excited for all of us to remain friends, as we once were. And then some.
And then some.
I have missed you.
And you.
I will sit. No doubt this will go on forever.
Let them. They have waited for some time. And now they have all of it.
What? Where? Valentine. Valentine.
Maximilian? What's wrong?
I thought it was a dream. Awake or asleep, you appear an angel.
Good morning, Maximilian.
Hello, Heide. Where's the Count?
I have not seen him.
This was here this morning.
What does it say?
The letter is sealed.
Right. Sorry, I assume you know everything.
Almost.
Good morning. By the time you read this, I will be gone. Bertuccio will return in my place.
He is to Paris to escort Monsieur Noirtier de Villefort to the Isle. Noirtier has already agreed to bless the obvious and impending union between Maximilian and Valentine. But Maximilian, I warn you of his arrival so you can request his blessing properly. I have taken the ship we arrived in charted course with no destination. Alongside this letter, you will find the necessary paperwork that splits the isle, its riches, and the remainder of my estate equally between you three and Bertuccio. Use this to further your freedoms and pursue your greater joys, wherever they may be. If I am to return, I will meet you as a different man. I am not so foolish to think I will shed who I have been, but with space and time, the best of who I have been will shape me anew. Perhaps into someone better, but regardless, someone who will always care for you very, very much. Do not believe me to be truly gone. Look no further than the horizon to find me, and know that I pursue the same edicts I have imparted onto you. Know that I look forward, ready to hope as we live anew, and delight in our decision to do so. Best regards, with all of my affection, Edmond Dantes, the Count of Monte Cristo.
Episode 14 of The Count of Monte Cristo was directed by Chloe Wilson. This episode stars Keith Klein as Edmond Dantes, the Count of Monte Cristo, Alex Saragiorgio as Haide, Kevin Coxa as Maximilian Morel, Alison Wien as Mercedes, and Rebecca Way-Shie as Valentine de Villefort. Additional voices were provided by Josh Putnam and Thomas Daniels. Episode 14 was written by Chloe Wilson and adapted from the novel The Count of Monte Cristo, written by Alexander Dumas. Production coordination is by Will Onchezo. Editing is by Sean Gray. Sound design is by Rob Gall. Theme music composed and produced by Drew Nichols, with guitar performance and additional production and mixing by Jakob Reinhardt, and viola performance by Molly Goldman. The Count of Monte Cristo was recorded at Mansion Studios in Brooklyn, New York, with head engineer Alexander Benob. Our assistant engineers are Alex Hahn, Carlos Maldonado, Emma Tlesti, Maximilian Horner, Patrick Hurley, Ravathi Rajan, Seth Benji Gonzalez, Tobias Pemsler, Truxell Kurt Snyder, and Jume Zhu. More information about The Count of Monte Cristo can be found at littleluckyproductions.com or wherever you listen to podcasts. This episode concludes our retelling of The Count of Monte Cristo. Thank you to our incredible cast and crew for making this production possible, and special thanks to Austin Saltz, Brynna Thomas, Deborah Moscoso, Dylan Lyons, Hengame Tadian, Jeremy Silk Smith, Christina Olegario, Molly Schneider, Priya Huck, Sarah Siliberto, Skylar Morrow, Stephen Marcano, Taylor Palmer, and to you. On behalf of the entire team at Little Lucky Productions, thank you so much for listening.